trade for profit, I trade for sport. Got your girl in my DMs while I short the whole resort. I drip like dividends, flip Benzes off one swing. You stuck in paper hands, I'm married to the bling. She said, Daddy, what's the call? Told her that's what I make when I want it all. Blew out your stop loss, then blew out her back. I'm the reason your savings ain't never coming back. Ooh, damn. Margin, call me daddy, I go deep like I go long. Turn your wrath into a pillow, got your girl singing my song. I ain't got no 9 to 5, just candles, charts, and thighs. And every time the market dips, she rides. Margin, call me daddy, I go deep like I go long. Turn your wrath into a pillow, got your girl singing my song. I ain't got no 9 to 5, just candles, charts, and thighs. And every time the market dips, she ride. I pay her rent and options weekly, never monthly. She call you boo, but she call me when it's dumping ugly. You got a Kohrs, that's cute, I got receipts. She wearing nothing but my hoodie while I scalp the S&P. I got that liquidity she fiending for. Deep in her like I'm deep in the order floor. Got her screaming profit while I hedge my position. She don't love me, she love the way I risk with precision. She say I'm toxic, I say I'm just leverage. You say you trade, I say I live this. That little pump and dump you running, man, that's cute. I hedge against heartbreak too. Margin, call me daddy, I go deep like I go long. Turn your wrath into a pillow, got your girl singing my song. I ain't got no 9 to 5, just candles, charts, and thighs. And every time the market dips, she ride. Margin, call me daddy, I go deep like I go long. Turn your wrath into a pillow, got your girl singing my song. I ain't got no 9 to 5, just candles, charts, and thighs. And every time the market dips, she ride.
No guru, no discord. Just vibes. And a leveraged portfolio. She don't need love. She needs someone who understands that of decay. Fade out.
Oh brother, oh brother, oh brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful Thursday, July the 17th, and the old stock market is looking like a hot tamale. Folks, I would be lying if I said I was completely prepared for this show. If anything, I got into, and for any of my coders in the audience, you know this, sometimes you're like, I'm going to work a little bit on this code here. And then before you know, just so much time passes. You can get deep into the rabbit hole. And if I'm being 100% real with all of you, I was ripping some code, just ripping it. And then I look over and it's 8:59 to the point that I had to like cue the intro song and like save everything. And I don't know. I mean, you could argue at least the code's not going to get worse than it was yesterday, because that was a complete kerfuffle, if I dare so say it myself. But we're going to see how it goes today. I tried to fix it a little bit last night, had a Jimmy Neutron brain blast this morning, and we're going to see if we could get a little bit better of, I guess, really how the code should go. I can't complain about the gains yesterday. I was trading the 3 Tradeify accounts, 3K, 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 9K on the funded Tradeify accounts. So not bad. I'm not mad about the performance, but it also behaved in a manner that was not expected. So I'm hoping that the early morning effort that is currently being put in is gonna be a good one. But yeah, we ripped some lines, brother. We were ripping lines of code like no one else, and hopefully that effort's gonna pay dividends. And right now, pre-market trading, if you haven't seen it, SPY's looking good above yesterday's high. Qs are looking good above yesterday's high. Old Tesla's looking real good, trading at 324, back out of the fake out breakout back into the consolidation zone. We're going to be talking about that. Everyone in the Discord already knows it, but I think Tesla's looking uniquely good this morning. Palantir's looking uniquely good, and then so is the semiconductor sphere, Nvidia, Broadcom, those types of players, all definitely a worthwhile place on your watch list. So we're going to go over the morning news. We had some stuff come in at 8:30. That in reality was a perfect opportunity for those of you who wanted to play to do the 50-50 chess to past Apex. By the way, Apex is the stream sponsor today. Use that code GOONIE, GOONIE, to get 80% off. Obviously, if you guys choose to use Apex, it would mean the world to me if you also use that code. It's how we keep the lights on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for support. And on top of that, I just hope you crush it with Apex. If you're having issues of passing the test, I have videos on that. If you're having issues of finding strategies that will make you some dinero, I have videos on that. If you have questions about the rules or what they mean, what they don't mean, I have videos on that. If you have questions of what sim to funded trading is, I have videos on that. If you have questions on the comparison of Apex, Take Profit Trader, Tradeify, I have videos on that. So you're definitely not battling this out on your own. It's all in the description of the video. So make sure you are checking those out if you need a wee bit of help. All right. So let me switch this up. We'll see where we're at. Stock futures are a little changed as traders digest earnings. Trump Powell feud. Oh yeah, I forgot we're also in earnings season. Did the intern over at CNBC update it? They did not update it. Jeez, they are behind the ball today. But right now, pre-market, SPY's looking pretty good. Keys are looking pretty good. Tesla's looking pretty good. Palantir's looking pretty good. Nvidia, oops, wrong one. I didn't want to change that screen. I wanted to change down here. Avago looking good. Nvidia looking good. Soxa was looking better. I guess the whole sector not so excited this morning. Meta, a little bit of a bounce back. Apple, a little bit of a bounce back. Microsoft, maybe gearing up for another new all-time high. But really, truly, what's catching my eye this morning in terms of individual equities is Tesla and Palantir. Both are representing quite a bit of strength. And I also want to point out that they represented strength even when the market was getting clocked yesterday. So I think that's important. Holding their own when things are looking bad and then continuing to the upside when things recover. So definitely, I don't know how they're going to go today, but worth a spot on your watch list. So why are things green this morning? Well, right here, Thursday, July the 17th, you're going to see that starting off at 5 a.m., we got the CPI report, the inflation report out of the Eurozone coming in at expectation. Core retail sales slightly higher than expected, showing maybe the consumer's still pretty decently strong. Initial jobless claims coming in lower than expected. That's good. You don't want many jobless claims. Manufacturing way higher than expected, and retail sales month over month way higher than expected. So especially the fact that this is coming out going into earnings season, clearly people are optimistic that maybe the economy isn't getting as weak as really first anticipated. So interesting numbers, especially as we go into the conclusion of the month, where on July 30th, we're going to be having that next FOMC meeting. So this, in a nutshell, this is the TLDR of why early this morning there's a bit of optimism. Now, if we take a step back and look at kind of the larger picture, the daily chart, on Tuesday, the 15th, we did hit an all-time high, 6,302 and a little bit of change. Yesterday kind of was a fake out. Some people call this like a hammer candle. It's tend to thought, if you're just looking at like that voodoo magic of candle stuff, that this is a reversal. And what's interesting is this would be a bullish reversal right after an all-time high, suggesting a bit higher. But basically, if you think about what this means in market terms, the market went down, 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 and then we bought it all the way back up, as in the equilibrium, aka price, where supply meets demand, did not agree on being down there. So even though it tried to get pushed, it was bought the dip, buying dips, I guess. Basically, clearly market participants view this to be an irregular distortion that they just bought up and up and up. Now, if you weren't here yesterday, you know that this quote unquote irregular distortion was created by Trump and firing Powell and not firing Powell and that whole drama. And I think there's more drama in it than there is Love Island, and it's kind of silly. But for a little bit there, midday, everything was puking. And then later in the afternoon, President Trump was directly asked, are you planning on firing Powell? and he basically said no. And then we bounced all the way back up. And guess what? That just has returned us to basically this range bound thing we've been in ever since July 3rd. We really haven't gone anywhere. In fact, where we closed yesterday was perfectly in the middle. So maybe today is the opportunity for us to get a little bit of follow through. Would love to see the test at basically 6,300, but there are other key levels we should be looking at. But anyway, we did hit an all-time high on SPX. We also hit an all-time high on NDX. Same thing, Tuesday the 15th, same thing, hammer candle. If you're looking at the small cap sector, that has not hit a new all-time high. That actually has quite a distance to go. But regardless, it does have a nice upward swing. We have Bitcoin faltering a little bit. This one even caught me. I thought right here, we push, we pull back, we're going to follow through. Nope. The Bitcoin market, for whatever reason, has different plans today. Looks like we're going into the third day of consolidation. I really thought we were going to get some follow through above 120, but instead there was more profit taking than anything else. So crypto a little bit quiet this morning. Equities looking pretty good. So that's a high level view of how the market has been reacting to these reports, but there are other key things we got to get into. Trump eyes tariff rate of 10 to 15% for more than 150 countries. So this is the second piece of major media we've seen where maybe the base rate actually won't be 10, potential chance of it being higher. We're not going to listen to this whole clip, but just a little bit of an interesting update here from Bloomberg.
What is the latest, meanwhile, on the tariff front, Katik, as the president has been talking again about these letters?
Yeah, we heard that 10 to 15% is probably going to be the rate for most small countries. So this goes back to a couple months ago when he said we're going to have Liberation Day, we're going to announce these big tariffs on a lot of the major trading partners we have. And basically for everyone else, they'll probably see a base rate of 10 to 15%. And, you know, any tariff is probably not good for business. It's not good for trade. But when you think about a 10% tariff versus 20% or higher, which has been floated, especially for economies like China. You know, I was talking to an economist this morning from Natixis, Alicia Garcia-Herrero, and she was saying, I mean, basically, we need to be thinking about potentially the tariffs on Indonesia and China as sort of the top range now. In other words, if you're a smaller economy and you had tariffs of 30, 40% on your goods, well, you're kind of in luck now because it's going to be a lot lower. So that's sort of the position we're in where yes, tariffs were announced, not necessarily good, but it could be good in the context of what could have been.
And right there, that's where I want to stop it. Interesting psychology concept referred to as anchoring. So remember, going into April, basically none of these people were getting tariffed. And then the world, as you can see in the stock market, completely lost its mind where he basically picked random numbers and that was the new tariffs. He basically said it's unfair tariffs, and then he was basing the tariffs off of the trade imbalance, which really isn't what tariffs are, but regardless, that's how Trump and the administration came up with it. So the story is they went from nothing to a massive number, and now that it's just being dialed back relative to where they started, they're all worse off, but psychologically, the numbers got anchored so much higher, so anything below that actually still seems pretty good. So we've seen this before, this idea of anchoring. It's really big in negotiations. It's really big in trading. It's really big in the economy. You see it in many, many aspects of your life, but we're seeing this psychological phenomena play out right now that the market, even though the numbers are higher than what they were prior to April, the fact that they're not as bad as they were once pitched to be, the market's like, oh, this is sick. And then we're going up. So very interesting. Obviously, something to consider. This right now, we're still in the headline-driven news event era of trading where at any point we could get an update on this. And obviously, you should be paying attention. Trump Crypto Week advances as House conservatives end blockade. So this is why we got a bit of enthusiasm in crypto going into market close yesterday. Obviously, it hasn't really faltered too bad, but it definitely hasn't held either. If anything, we're just going sideways. Republican conservatives dropped a blockade of industry-backed crypto bills after facing pressure from the president. House leaders convinced holdouts to advance the stablecoin bill by giving them assurances that a measure prohibiting the Federal Reserve from issuing digital currencies would be added to a defense authorization package, the old CBDCs. Which the world does not want, so that's what they're talking about. The House is set to vote on an industry-backed legislation, including the stablecoin bill, which I believe is the Genius Act, which sets regulatory rules for the dollar-backed stablecoins, and a bill that would set broader market structure rules for crypto. So it got, I don't know, it's going through the whole, how does a bill become a law? Remember all that cartoon that we all had to watch growing up? It's going through that process basically right now. Crypto regulation bills move forward after record-setting House vote. 10 hours, dude. Mike Johnson earning that paycheck. 10 hours trying to unify his conference, enough to push just the procedural vote. That's crazy. That's a lot of effort just for a procedural vote. But whatever, they were able to get it through. Remember, there's a long distance that has to be run from this to actually becoming the law. It has to get through the House. They're going to come up with it. They're going to kick it over to the Senate. The Senate's going to fight about it. If they vote on it, great. It could get to the president. They might kick it back to the House. You never know. This could be a very, very long process, i.e. what just happened with the big, beautiful bill. It was a tennis match of how many times back and forth they had to send it. So if you're particularly interested in the world of crypto, you got to pay attention to this. Also, don't forget, on top of crypto, we are in earnings season. Early this morning, we heard from TSMC and Pepsi. The big one really of the day and arguably of the week is right after market closes today, Netflix. Before we get into the reports of TSMC and Pepsi, question for all of you. I know time and time again, I tell you guys not to predict, and I deeply believe it, but once in a while it's fun just to see how right we can or can't be. What is your prediction for Netflix? Do you guys more so feel that Netflix is going to beat as it has been, or do you think that it's currently flying a little bit too close to the sun and it's time for a bit of a breather? What do you think is going to happen with old NFLX on its reaction to earnings? I'm not really asking you for the earnings themselves, a beat or a miss. I'm saying, where's the stock going to go? Because that's what we care about. Sometimes earnings are good and the stock drops. Sometimes earnings are bad and the stock pops. I'm asking you specifically for the ticker symbol's reaction, the price reaction to earnings. Are you looking for a pippity pop or are you looking for a drippity drop? 1300 by Monday. All right, so we have some optimism on Rumble as it relates to that. Rock, red, down. Consumer sentiment seems down. You're not using me. Trex, I'm using you. This is how I make my money. Uppity up. On Tesla, revenues up, stocks goes down. Well, there's way more things to consider than just revenue. You can increase your revenue, but then go further into debt. That doesn't, if you're focusing on just revenue up, stocks down, that's not the correlation. Netflix will probably have decent earnings and drop. Well, why are you saying probably? What's your reasoning for that? What is Netflix will probably have decent earnings and drop? How are you coming up with this probably? Are you saying probably because it's your gut feeling, or you actually have some sort of logic behind this to say the word probably? 50-50 shot, it pops. Well, that is, I agree with you with respect to odds. But what 50 do you think this one's going to be? Breather, cool off after Stranger Things 5 drops. This earnings will rip. I just saw that the trailer for that came out. Stonks up, junks up. And then someone just screams crypto. 50-50 shot at pops or drops. Drop. Well, we're going to find out. But we do have a little bit of insight to some of the things that already came out this morning. Obviously, with respect to the semiconductor space, this is why things like SMH, and Soxla are looking somewhat decent this morning. TSMC profit surges 61% to record high, fueled by AI chip demand. That is crazy. TSMC's net revenue in June quarter rose almost 39% from a year ago. The world's largest contract chip manufacturer has benefited from the mega trend towards AI as it gains from producing advanced processors from clients including NVIDIA and Apple. Now, remember, in the ecosystem of semiconductors, TSMC is the fabricator. Companies like ASML make the machines, companies like NVIDIA make the designs, and TSMC actually makes the chip. So each player player has a different role in this particular universe, and that's exactly where TSMC sits in that, I guess, particular universe. And it's also why things are particularly tense with Taiwan and China and the US, and the fact that the entire world is going towards AI. It adds a little bit of extra layers of complexity on top of global tensions. Not really related to the world of AI, but still an important earnings. PepsiCo earnings beat estimates even as U.S. demands fall. PepsiCo quarterly earnings and revenue beat Wall Street expectations. So even though with consumer sentiment going down, people still want to buy their poison water, I suppose, for whatever reason. It's beyond me, but hey, it's what people want, and I'm not their moms. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter. It is 100% free. It's always been free, always will be free. If you're watching this, why would you not want a free market newsletter? Every weekend, I break down what's going on in the market. I give you a little cheat sheet of both earnings and all the major macroeconomic events. The major thing you have to pay attention to for the remainder of the week is now tomorrow, 10 a.m., the consumer sentiment. And then with respect to seasonality, today, historically, is more neutral. So over the past 27 years, the Bulls have won this day 59% of the time, as in a 9% edge. But with that being said, when the Bears do win that other 41% of the time, some of them have been large bearish winners. And granted, there's been large bullish winners. So today, just because it's neutral, don't interpret that that the day means it's choppy. It means some of these days have been choppy, some of them have been bullish, and some of them have been bearish. And the way it all nets out is more so of a neutral situation. It's not like continually bulls winning, continually bears winning. No, there's periods of the bulls winning, there's big bullish wins. There's periods really of the bears winning, there's big bearish wins. It's the way it all nets out is more of a neutral bias. So what does that mean for me, particularly on this day? Well, it means that I'm not necessarily taking seasonality into account because there's no strong tailwinds, headwinds, anything like that. It's not really much of a windy day. But tomorrow, it is. Historically, once again, the better part of 3 decades, Friday, July 18th, the Bulls have won this day 70% of the time. 7 out of 10 times the Bulls win. Profit factor of 1.69. Obviously, the bias is bullish, and that's a look at the hypothetical equity curve you would have if you bought it open, sold it, closed on this day. You would be net ahead, and net ahead pretty nicely. Is it a guarantee? No, it's about a 70% chance. But once again, it gives you an idea of the headwinds that you're not going to have to contest with and the tailwinds that you're going to be supported by. So just want to share that. Once again, I give this out for free. Sign up for it, macros.locals.com. It's in the description of the video. Now, before we get to the breakdown of the key levels that I'll be looking at today, don't forget to check out Apex right now, 80% off with that code Goonie, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. I was a good boy this morning. I haven't made any trades yet. I did not break any of my rules. Why the fuck is that market getting hit right now? But as you can see, good news. I know it's really small text here, but if you squint your eyes, you might be able to see it. I was able to salvage my Tradeify account yesterday. When I opened it up yesterday with you guys, it was at 147,000. I was able to get a $3,000 return and get that one back to its head above water. And then the 2 newer ones, I kind of left you 3K. So those ones already crushed. But I'm uniquely stoked about this one that had a decent winner, massive loser, and now it is back to its fighting form. So we're going to see if we could do anything with that today. And then obviously these are all fresh accounts. As you can see, 50K. I've been on a really bad run with Apex lately, but maybe, just maybe, this is the time that turns things around. So these are fresh Apex accounts. And then right here, these are all funded. 3 funded Tradeify, 20 funded Apex, and 5 funded Take Profit. So 5, 20. So we're trading on 28 accounts. 25 of them are fresh. 3 of them have already been cooking for a couple days. So that's the situation. I just wanted to show you more so that I didn't break any of my rules by trading early. I believe I have the system set up properly. I was cranking out some code. I was ripping some lines, as you guys like to make fun of me. But hey, at the core, I am just a nerd. So we're going to see how it goes. And those bots will technically turn on at 9:30. So they'll turn on at 9:30 and turn off either at 11 or 11:30. And whatever they do or don't, my entire goal is just to not manual trade. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to be like, yo, system trade. All right, it's time for old Mateo to throw in a trade now. No, I want to let the system do what it is. I might have to manage the system. Things might get a little bit wonky, as you saw yesterday, but my entire goal is to remove myself from the equation. And I said this yesterday, but it was a very, very pointed, well-asked question that I got in the Discord 2 to 3 days ago of, like, why are you being retarded? It's a great question. So here I am. This is day 2 of Matt's recovery. I'm in RA, Retarded Anonymous, and I'm just, hey, my name's Matt. I'm a retard, and I'm trying to see just a day at a time. I know some of you guys, I don't want to name any names. I see some of you guys at the meetings with me, and it's a battle. Here we are, day in and day out. This is day 2. I think the first thing you have to do when you're being retarded is admit it to the world that you're being retarded. And that's probably the only thing you can do to ideally make the steps in the proper direction. So obviously, as we have these group shares, I'll be sharing more and more of the stories of how I hit rock bottom being a retard. And hopefully I can now get on the right path. Hopefully I can get on the right path. So we're going to see. This is day 2. And obviously there's some shitty coffee and shitty cookies in the back if you guys need a quick snack. So, all right, let's see how this is really going today. Just so you guys know, these are my key levels. As always, it is the recent high, low, and close of the most recent trading session. We were looking good in pre-market for a second. We're giving a bit back now, but it does appear as if we are just chilling at the high value from yesterday. So we are opening up right on top of the transition zone. That's this white box. When I say transition zone, that's the 0 DTE transition for market makers for their gamma and delta, which gives us insights to how they have to act. Are they going to be reverting traders, as when we go up, do they sell? When we go down, do they buy? Or are they going to be trend following? And that is big insights when you know where the major gamma and delta levels are, especially on the 0 DTE. The final thing on the chart are these horizontal lines, which are just where there's major open interest at, especially on a 0 DT perspective. But this is where there's a lot of live contracts, and it just happens to be, surprise, surprise, that the market tends to have reactions, sometimes noteworthy reactions at these major levels. So what I'm looking for today, the overall picture is still bullish, so I'm only interested in the bullish case. If you want to be bearish, hey, have at it. Statistically, that's not the right play, but I'm not your mom. I'm not in control of your money. Do whatever you want. But I, for one, am only looking for bullish trades because the overall trend is bullish. I don't want to fight the trend. The trend is your friend. So what I'm looking for is a little bit of stabilization out of the gate. I wanted to take out 6268, which is yesterday's high. And then from there, I want to see this first battle at 6285, which is a major open interest level. And then I want to see a push to somewhere between 6,300, 6,310. And it's in this zone where I would want to be taking my final 0 DTE profits of the day, and then I want to move on with my life. So basically what I'm looking for is maybe a little bit of profit taking, ideally no profit taking. I just want to see a bit of stabilization out of the gate, a little bit of fighting around, a pop up to 85, a rejection, a pullback, a higher low, a push up to either 6,300, 6,310. Here's where I would be betting that that's going to be like the end of the move of the day, especially because tomorrow is OPEX. I take my money in there and then I just move on with my life. That would be the perfect play for me. Obviously, the whole universe of things could theoretically happen. This might get rejected. It might puke. The bear case might play out where it doesn't hold the transition zone. It gets to 50. That doesn't hold, and then we puke even more. Yes, anything can happen. Look at yesterday as an example. Random announcements can cause the market to go crazy. And if things go like that, remember, you don't have to trade. You don't have to make a trade every single day. So we're going to see how it plays out. But my optimal case, that's what I'm looking for. A foundation found right here. A bit of a struggle at first, a breakout pop to 85, a pullback, a higher low, and a follow through. That's what I'm looking for. These are my levels. Anything could happen. Obviously, there is still the bear case. I have those marked out, but I'm just letting you guys know, due to the overall trend, due to what the big players are doing into close yesterday, these big players were buyers. Like, I'm trying to ride with the trend. I'm trying to ride with big money. I'm not trying to be some like Hail Mary play where I like pick the exact top or anything like that. Not interested in that whatsoever. All right, we have about a minute left Tesla was looking. Things are dropping right into market open, really starting at 912 for whatever reason. But hey, maybe it's just cleaning up the chart. There was a downside gap fill, but now that we're opening up at the high, there's not going to be much of one. So maybe it makes it a little bit easier. They're just makes it so we don't have to worry about the downside gap fill because there might not be one. So let's see how that goes. Obviously, when things get rocking today, I'll show you the options flow. We're going to be checking what the big players are doing. And then obviously, I also have Bookmap here. So we're going to see VWAP, the point of control, or do we have aggressive buying and selling? Where are all those sitting orders? So we have a lot to get into today. A lot. And remember, if you want to trade with someone else's money, lower your own risk in the market. Shout out to Apex. They are the partner of today's show. Whenever you guys use these codes, it really means the world to me. It means the world to the team. So thank you. But like I said, you could go up to 20 accounts with these guys, 80% off. It's $34, $35 to take the test right now if you use that code Goonie, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. And on that note, let's get rocking. Let's do it. We have 10 seconds. Let us in. Let me in. I want in the casino. Let me in. Let them cook. All right, I have all that on. I just want to make sure I have all the code hooked up properly today. I do. All right. Dingity ding ding ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. It's just money. You can't take it with you when you go anyway, so who cares? You can't take it with you. Ooh, right out of the gate, we're getting some buyers coming in at 23,100. Some aggressive buying right out of the gate, which means old Steve-O in the Discord. There's this crazy cat of a character named Steve in the Discord, and he trades a market open strategy. And the fact that we popped right at market open means he made some good dinero already. All right, so we have some sellers at 23,130. We have some buyers at 23,090. So, and I'm probably in the way. So right here, you can see that a little bit better. Oh, more buyers coming in. We have some buyers. Ooh, buyers are really trying to step in right here. Look at red. They're all trying to step in. Ooh, bounce right off of it. All right, seems like this is the support test. We have 3 clear areas of support, but I'm curious how we're going to react to this resistance at 130. 130. Too much coding this morning, Abe. You know it. Abe, you've never told a lie, and you're not going to start today. You're not going to. Oh, all right. Well, we took out that. What's going to happen here? So remember, these are sitting buy orders. So it could be people creating a position. It could be people getting out of a position. It's most likely the latter. It's most likely the set target for shorts, as in the bears are happy to take their profit there. The bulls are happy to take their profits here and here. But we took out 1 level. We took out 2 levels. The 3rd level held. Let's see what's going on. The tool I'm using right now is called Bookmap. We do have a big discount for you guys. It's in the description of the video. But while we're doing this, I got yelled at yesterday because I didn't show you guys enough options. So I'm going to make sure to show you a bunch of options today. Here's thus far the options flow. The S&P 500 pretty much flat. The Mag 7 a bit of profit taking. No one's touching puts, but you are seeing tomorrow's calls get sold off a little bit. So a little bit of profit taking in the Mag 7. SPY is pretty much flat, but also we only have 2 minutes worth of data. So not the most to go off of. It doesn't show dark pool, so it isn't accurate. Dude, I don't think you guys even understand what a dark pool is. Like, this whole dark pool thing, it's so fucking... I just know you're trying to piss me off early in this morning. Dark pools. You know all dark pool trades are still hitting the tape, right? I just want to clarify for any new person in chat, when you hear about dark pool trading, all of those trades upon execution are shown publicly. every single trade that happens within a scary dark pool, they all get shown publicly. The entire point of a dark pool is basically to not show sitting buy orders and sitting sell orders. That's all it is. That's like, people try to make it out to be this like massively important, impactful thing that obfuscates like price and blah, 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 blah. Like they don't even know what it is. They talk about it like it's like some like devious Satan-esque character in the stock market. And it's just not. What about the undecided candles in the dark pool? Well, that's a different story. If you find an undecided candle in a dark pool, that's like finding like a holographic Charizard. That's more of a big deal. That's where we have problems. And you have to pay extra to see the short ladder attacks, dude. The amount of short ladder attacks that play out in dark pools, it's enough to make a grown man cry. A grown man cry. Okay. Well, SPY kind of going sideways. Tesla, we're not having the most, I guess, directional opening, are we? We're not having the most directional opening. We are below VWAP on NQ. That's a vibe and a half, if you will. So we were, I mean, this has that technical setup. This has that little glimmer in the eye. It really, really does. I have no idea what today is going to bring, but I can tell you that this particular setup, we rip, we pull back, we push again, fresh high, we pull back, higher low, hammer candle. Dude, this looks a little froggy to me, man. This looks like it wants to fucking hippity hop. That setup, well, I guess we need some stronger flow. Yeah, the Mag 7. All right, so out of the gate, we definitely have some profit taking. But once those fucking beta cuck losers leave the market, it'll leave more room for us, the really cool kids who were always super popular, and we got invited to all the parties, and like we had so many dates to prom, and fucking Megan always texted us back. That'll leave more room for us to have fun in the market today. That's what we just got to wait for these losers to fucking leave. And then it's our time in the sun. Then it's our time, and Megan will text us back. Hypothetically, obviously. Like no specific actual real. Like it's a sentiment thing. You guys get the point. Like it's a sentiment. I'm not actually talking. It's not a real person, and if it were, you wouldn't know her because she went to a different school. She was Canadian, and they go to school in the summer, and then they're off of school when we're in school, and like it's like a time zone thing with hemispheres and stuff. Just don't worry. Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth, dude. Stupid ass questions. We're here for a professional show, and you guys are all like, Megan. Tell us about Megan. I'm gonna take the road of President Trump. Megan is a hoax, and you guys bought it hook, line, and sinker. I can't believe it. You guys fell for it. You've been bamboozled. You've been hoodwinked. Megan was a hoax created by the Obama and crooked Hillary campaigns and administrations. You guys might have wanted the Megan list for a while now, but the Megan list does not exist. I know you guys have been waiting for it. You're like, we want to see the list of Megans. And to tell you folks, I'm just going to be brutally honest. Why are you still talking about Megan, guys? It was a hoax. It was a hoax created by other streamers to embarrass me. The cabal of other streamers. Obviously, Megan's list was created so we could bomb Iran. That was too far. No one created Megan so we could fucking cause terror in the Middle East and control our oil empire. Don't think that for a second. It would be insane for you guys to think that there's a list of Megans with knowledge out there that could disrupt political ties on a global scale and disrupt the entire energy trade. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm tired of these questions. You guys are setting me up for failure. The list doesn't exist. Don't worry about it. It just doesn't exist. All right. 5 minute is trying to save itself from going bearish. We were looking good. We dropped. We might be recovering. 10 minute, same situation. 30 minute bullish. 4 hour bullish. Let's set up some of these alerts. 5 minute on the Nasdaq did go bearish. It did not hold that 50 EMA. 10 minute, same thing, but technically we haven't closed here, but we're going to close in 40 seconds. It would be quite a strong recovery to take out 23,100 and what is ever this high is 18. So watch this 10 minute high on a potential recovery. 30 minute is also dipping its toes in the water of doesn't want to break down. It's like, ooh, do I? Ooh, maybe. It's kind of it's teasing us, you know. It's just like, oh, you know who else used to fucking tease me? Megan. Oh, you guys have taken this joke and it's gone out of hand. I'll be honest. It's been taken out of context. All right, we have taken out the high from yesterday, which means there is a 77% probability we will be closing above 6263. The interesting thing about statistics is if you say it confidently enough, people just believe it. You guys don't know if that odd is real. You don't know if the stats I'm hitting you with are real or not. But I guarantee you, when you're at the bar tonight, hitting on that shorty, you're going to be like, damn. Did you know that when we take out the high of the previous trading session, there's a 77% probability that we close above the previous close? Just saying it. Just saying it. Megan is joining the ice shanties. The leader of the ice shanties. All right. Tesla could be doing better. Netflix could be doing better. Circle could be doing better. Soxo could be. Everything could be doing. Where's all the fucking potential? This is like the fucking Where's Waldo of the trading session. Where's all the goddamn potential? Where is it? Where's the potential? I have to be a fucking safari expert to find it today, because I was promised potential, but it feels like we're looking for fucking El Dorado today. We're looking for El Dorado. SPY, new intraday high, gearing up. Dude, is my prediction going to play out perfectly? The exact trading plan that I pitched to you guys? A nothing opening sideways, we create a foundation, we break and rip to 85, we hit that, we pull back high or low, and then we rip to 6,300? Is old Mateo's mystic market prediction gonna come to fruition today? Do I have a superpower? Am I clairvoyant? You know what I was thinking about the other day? And I just want to clarify, I am not interested in unaliving myself, but I don't know, like, theoretically, it is unknown if I could, like, survive jumping out of a tall building. Like, what if I actually do have a crazy superpower that I'm just unaware of? Something to be considered. Something to be considered. Like, what if I really, like, what if something, like, what if my bones are, well, no, I've broken bones before, so they're definitely not made out of animanium or vibranium or any of that cool stuff. But I'm just saying, like, what if I have, like, actually a superpower that I'm just, like, not sure I actually have? Like, you know, I just haven't found it out yet. Like, what if my, oh, Jesus. What if my superpower really is, like, just perfect market predictions? And here we are just, like, joking around all day. And then we don't realize that actually I have a superpower. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. Won't know until you try. that's interested. Oh. Someone just followed on Rumble over it. Thanks for the follow, dude. Where's some of our tunes? Let's get some lo-fi in here so you don't have to hear my fucking sniffly ass nose. Lo-fi. Well,
Order submitted.
fucking hot dog. We are ripping today. Oop, wrong screen. Everyone shut up and let's pay attention. What's happening? Okay, they're all live. We're cooking today. Day two of Matt in RA. Come on, brother. Come on, Tonto. Come on, Tonto. Come on, Tonto. Let's do it. All right, we're looking for 27. We hit 26. We're a point away. And the sellers are at 30. So I shouldn't be like, oh, I just got so close. Because they're at 30. All right, I would have preferred that this hit a little bit faster, but it's gearing up. There we go. Okay, we bagged and tagged some, boys. We bagged and tagged some. Why did these not lock in? Uh-oh. Okay, they're about to, maybe. Bagged and tagged some. We bagged and tagged some. Let's bag and tag a couple more. No! Dark pools. The fucking globalists, man. Every single time. No, look at that. It went to 29.25 and mine's at 29.50. The fucking globalists. They fucking ruined everything. Stupid ass globalists. Just they have no respect. They have no respect. Here it is. Mateo's gonna show him the old Kung Pao chicken right here. Fucking, we're gonna show him the old Kung Pao chicken. Come on. This is for America. If this trade doesn't hit, just know that the communists are winning. I just want you guys to know that if this trade does not hit, all right.
Order filled.
Confirmed, communists are not winning. Communists are not. But we got runners, boys. Boys and gals, we got some runners. Oh, all right. We made some good money. Do it for Megan. We have some runners. How do I want to handle this? How do I want to handle the runner situation? Do I just let it go? Do I just let life be crazy like that? Do I just let the runners run? Do I put a stop as break even? I got to remember what we talked about at the RA meeting last night. I'm trying to think of what they were saying at the RA meeting. I was there and we all went through our stories. Hi, my name's Matt. I've been a retard for the past 4 years now. It's getting to the point that it's seriously impacting my family, my job. My friends are really worried about me. I just don't like the person that I've become. And I'm here to admit that I need help. So I said that. What else happened at the meeting? I was trying to think of the major lessons. They're like, when in doubt, don't be a retard. That was kind of like the mantra of the whole thing. It's like, when in doubt, that was it. When in doubt, if you need to, it's okay to lie. You can pretend to be a smart person. It's kind of like a fake it till you make it type of a concept of like, okay, like even if you are, because like, folks, I know I'm not going to out anyone because it's called Retarded Anonymous for a reason, but I know others of you in here right now are in those meetings with me. And as we all know, like, you're always going to be a retard. Like, it's not like it's something that gets out of your DNA. It's more of how do we handle it day in and day out. That's what you can never get over this affliction. Some say it's like AIDS. I don't say that. I want to clarify. Don't you cut that on me and be like, Matt says retard AIDS. Dude, I'm getting canceled for this stream. Dude, I'm going to get a letter from YouTube after this stream. We've gone so far off the fucking map. Like, dude, someone's going to report this, and the people at fucking YouTube are going to be like, he said, what? Fucking what did he say? Whatever, dude. They're not real. I actually don't even believe in YouTube. Has anyone ever actually even seen YouTube? Like, do we even know it's real? I don't know. It feels like something that we've all just kind of accepted as real because enough other people have like perpetuated the concept, but whatever. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The first thing, you just have to identify when you're getting the itch, and then you just kind of like have to be better about it. I don't know. Megan's going to be so disappointed. Oh, some people are asking if I could be your sponsors. Folks, I'm new to the process. I can't be your shepherd in these meetings. I just joined myself. I'm not going to be your sponsor. Dude, I need to focus on me right now. Folks, I'm in my own rock bottom of doing dumb shit. Maybe one day, maybe that's a reach goal for me where I get my 1 month, my 6 month, and my 1 year coin of like, all right, Matt, like you've been a lot better. Maybe at that point I could take you guys, some of you guys under my wing, but I'm too new to this. I'm too green to this. I'm not in the place in my life right now that I could be the sponsor that you guys need. You know, it's just, I'm just not. I wish I were, but in all reality, I'm not. Oh, I feel like I should put a stop in. But what if I don't? Dude, I've already made some good bucks this morning. I made 200 good bucks on 25 good accounts. That's $5,000. $5,000, and then I have another $1,000 running right now. That's a good start to a day. Take that, Mom, if you're watching. Who's the pussy now? Damn, what a wild way. Imagine if that was actually my discourse with my mom. If she's just like, you're 31, you got to stop this podcasting thing. You have a degree in engineering. Use it. You're disappointing me, your family. Your grandparents are on their deathbed and they're upset that you're going to amount to nothing in your life. Imagine if that's how my mom and I just ripped it up, you know? Palantir not doing squat, unfortunately. Tesla not doing squat. Bitcoin back above 118. Nvidia breakout. Whoa. New all-time high, I believe. Not counting pre-market, but counting pit session trading, it is a new all-time high. So Soxel should be, why the fuck is Soxel not going up, dude? Soxel, be green, be better. Avago, a little bit of a pop there. Meta break even. Meta getting hit. Palantir still battling for new all-time highs. I can't really shit on it that much. Circle popping up. Would love to see that go green. Very volatile. Tesla. Netflix has earnings. Dude, everything's popping. And your boy caught it too. This is what America was built on, folks. I'm telling you, dude. America is just the land of people with small skill sets doing kind of the bare fucking minimum and making a lot of money. Like, that's the real American dream, is just being able to say absurd stuff on the internet that will ensure you can never run for any political office arguing with people about dark pools and making a lot of money. Like, is there a better dream than that? Like, what else are we even supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to, like, contribute to society? Am I supposed to learn a skill that is, like, gonna benefit the world around me? Am I supposed to learn how to change tires? Bro, I don't even believe in tires. Am I supposed to learn basic electrical work? No. Change my oil? No. Start a fire? I don't fuck with the elements like that, man. I'm just saying, like, really, what's the point of life beyond this? Is there a better thing? Is there anything in life more than watching numbers go up or down on a, like seriously, everyone's like, oh, like, you should find, like, spiritual content. Search for emotional nirvana. Start a family. You're not supposed to solve life. You're supposed to experience it. Like, I hear all that bullshit time and time again. But you know what all of those people say? All those people who say that of like, yeah, like, live a great, wholesome life. Help your family. Help your society. Progress in all aptitudes of intellect, emotion, spirituality. Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. The people who say that have never ripped a 0 DTE with their entire net worth. I guarantee you, all those fucking limp-wristed people pitching you on having a good, wholesome, God-fearing life, you know what they've never done? They've never gotten up in the morning, put all of their net worth on a 0 DTE penny stock, and let that fucker rip. They haven't done it. And until they understand the pure dopamine high nirvana that is, don't talk to me about it. Don't talk to me about what I should be doing with my life. They just have it. Like, call me after, and we'll see what you're really meant to do with life. Erickson, book it. Book it. Oh, I should put in a lozenge, but I'm afraid that you guys are going to yell at me. Well, this one's still running. I really feel like I should be putting in a stop loss at minimum on this. This feels kind of silly not to. All right, so these are all locked in, so that's good. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to risk. Actually, could I find like maybe a better support level to play this off of? He asks inquisitively. How much money do I have to make trading until I can start talking about myself in the third person? Is there like a number? Like, if I did that now, I'd be a douchebag. But if I made $1 million trading, would you guys be like, yeah, he's allowed to talk about himself in third person? Like, what number is it 5 million? Or is it like a percentage return? Like, you have to hit like 1,000% banger, a 5,000% banger. Like, is it a magnitude of money? Is it a percentage thing? Is it a combo of the two? Like, at what? 350? Okay, 350. Yeah, 350 is a good. Bar's super low. I started doing that after $1,000. That makes sense. That tracks. Yeah, stop loss should suffice. We're talking about something better. 10 mil. 10 mil is when I can start talking in third person. $200 million I thought was third person eligibility, dude. I'm not making $200 million. Do you guys see how bad my trading is? You really think I'm going to make $200 million when I'm on the like 18th attempt of blowing out all my Apex accounts? You're like, dude, just the way he blows them out, there's something about it. Something about it. He has this flicker in his eye. No. No. No, 200 million. The only chance I make 200 million is if inflation gets so incredibly out of hand that 200 million is worth like 2K in like 5 years. Like, I might be able to make 200 million, but it wouldn't be the 200 million how you're thinking about it. I would need inflation to be absolute. Like, we would have to go into like what's that economy, the post World War II German, the oh shit, it starts with the W, but obviously it sounds like a V. What's the economy name that we give post World War II Germany? This is your pop trivia question quiz of the day. The Weimar, is it Weimar economy? Not Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's not Germany. I think it's called Weimar. Cooked to Germany. Yeah, Weimar. Yeah. I would need that type of a situation to play out for me to be able to make $200 million. We'd have to have quite a bit of devaluation. Def Zimbabwe. Could be. Could be. All right. We've now gone flat since 9:53. The SPY popping from 9:37 up until 9:55, taking a bit of cream off the top as we go into the change of the hour here. Once again, this is for the S&P 500. Looking at the Mag 7, similar situation. So we sold, we started to pop around 9:37, but going into the change of the hour, we're having some profit taking. Calls are getting a little bit hit now, not too different than what we've seen. I hope it holds. Like I said, I'm calling for a rocket ship. I've given you my levels. Technically, we undershot that. We hit 83.4. I called for 85, and I know you guys come here for perfection. So I know some of the more generous audience members are going to count this as, hey, Matt was right. He called out 85. It hit 83.4. And I appreciate that kind gesture, but no. I need you guys to hold me to a higher standard. You guys came here for perfection, and I should do everything in my power to deliver on perfection. So as much as I appreciate the kind audience members for saying, hey, yeah, no, like that's close enough. That's it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You guys deserve more. The fact that you guys rolled out of bed this morning, figured out how to open up your YouTube and Rumble app, and found my stream on the day of my daughter's wedding, you guys deserve perfection. I will deliver it. Oh God, I love the taste of this cream off the top, don't you? Liberty Cast. Don't say that. This is a children's show. I'm never going to be the next Steve from Blue's Clues with you guys saying shit like that. Come on. This is a kid show. What's going? Oh, Soxel's finally picking up. I'm afraid to look at my swing account right now, but we might as well. We might as well. Okay, break even on the day. Started off rough, but we're getting a bit of a comeback. I'm down 500 buckaroos. I can manage that. I can manage that. Dude, this new bot is cooking, dude. I don't know. The more I get into trading this bot, and granted this is day 2, I'm starting to understand the premise of her a little bit more. I don't know if this is an obscure reference. I don't know. Maybe this audience has seen the movie Her, but this system is hot as fuck, dude. It's hot. I could see myself. I can see myself ruining my marriage for this system. I could. Avago soaring. Connor Sweezy. Dude, that is one professional looking fucking photo, dude. What do you do, Connor? Besides making bank on Avago, are you like do you sell insurance? Are you a pastor? You have that trustworthy look, you know? There's nothing you could trust more than a well-dressed white guy in a suit, you know? I mean, what do you do? Are you like a vice principal? Do you lay down the law at your school? Are you a cop? Or you go straight law and order? What do you do, dude? A tie. What I like about it. Oh, LMAO, a CPA. Fuck, dude. Oh, that was my next guess. Dude, I bet you're the best fucking CPA in your town. Connor, do you ever like talk shit on the other CPAs? Dude, if you're a small town CPA, I think you should like really get into more of like a hostile takeover type of a situation. Like just start actually like physically assaulting the other CPAs until you're the last CPA in your area. Like just go for classic market, like blend imperialism with capitalism. Just take over the region. Be the Genghis Khan CPA of your area. And I know some of you are going to take this out of context and be like, is Matt actually supporting that Connor assaults his colleagues until he's the final one? And you are taking it out of context, but I'm also going to let you, the viewer, interpret what I really mean by it. You know? I think Connor knows, and that's really who I'm talking to. Connor, that's your business plan. You don't need to more marketing or something. Like, inherently, you could create your own little monopoly. Just take out the other CPAs. Do I mean on a date? Do I mean in a fist fight? I don't know. It's kind of your definition. That would be another interesting tactic, though, now that I say it. What if you did start dating all the other CPAs? Something to consider. Oh, and that's what I learned getting my MBA. Welcome to the Business Round Corner with me, Matt, your host. Insidious trader. So Matt had his daughter when he was 12. Insidious trader. I don't know if we should be talking to you. So you're saying I should audit my coworkers? I'm saying you should plant incriminating evidence on them and then call the FBI. Or maybe just your superior. Maybe local law enforcement. Maybe all of the sudden, the stuff that's been missing from your boss's house turns up in your colleague's house. I don't know. Weird stuff happens. I'm just saying you don't necessarily know that your coworkers are good people. So it's not necessarily immoral if a good Samaritan such as yourself starts to get certain justice departments to look into their behavior. I'm just saying. I could actually almost argue that it's immoral if you don't do this. Just throwing it out there. So really it comes down to just, do you want to be a good person or not? It really just comes down to like, are you a good person? Because if you were, you would plant incriminating evidence in either their car, their house, their apartment. I'm just saying. So now it's just up to you. The ball's in your court. Now we're all involved. That'd be something. We all get called up. We're all on the witness stand together. Accessory after the fact. I want to be an accessory the whole time. Your Honor. This good-looking bloke over here was an accessory before, during, and after. And then I just want to... I always picture my day in court to be more of like a soap opera. Someone kicks in that little door, the little court door. Not the full door, but the one that like allows you to talk to the judge. Someone just like kicks it open and be like, I always loved you. You're the father. And they're like, this is a tax evasion case. It could work. It could. It's crazy enough. It might just work. Matt is 43.6 years young, dude. I wish. I am an old man. All right. Double topping on the SPY. Surprise at 6283. Slightly higher low potential right here. Obviously above the transition zone, above yesterday's high. 77% chance that we close above 6263. What time? We have not had the 30-minute Orvo breakout. But that's all looking pretty bullish. I'm looking for it to take out the pre-market high from... No, that's not the pre-market high. NVIDIA. All right, we have some profit taking still. A little bit of profit taking going on past 10 a.m. Oh, anyway, back to Avago and Connor's call out. Dude, he's not wrong. Avago, top 10 company, world's second biggest semiconductor play, is crushing. Meta, uniquely weak, maybe not holding on to 700. What side of the screen am I on? Okay, I'm on the right side. Circle is fighting back. Hell yeah, brother. But Bitcoin, not necessarily. But CRCL picking up. Fighting back. What else is moving? Tesla's finally catching a pop too. How many of you are in CRCL? Is this something I should be talking about at all, or do you guys just not give a shit about it? It had a really good day yesterday. Oh, Matt didn't get any sleep. Seems extra unhinged today. It's because of all those lines of code I ripped. No, it's because life, what's there to be upset about in life? This is so easy. I made $5,000 locked in. I have another $3,000 running. I've worked, it's not even 10:10 in the morning. You can't be an upset person when you're up 8K this early. You just can't. Consider me Miles Davis. Is that because you piss yourself? Because that's cool. If peeing yourself is cool, consider me Miles Davis. What a movie. All right, Mag 7, the delta is long and strong. S&P 500 long and strong to now a little bit flat. NASDAQ a little bit more crazy. The big players are slight buyers thus far on the day. Slight buyers thus far on the day. Did we? Yeah, we did. All right. La-ti-da, 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 la-ti-da. La-ti-da. 17. All right. If you're in the Discord, Piper just fired. Feel free to interpret it however you would like. I haven't done any 0DT trades, even though I probably should. I'm just wondering if I should manage this trade a little bit better. I'm liking that the accounts are slowly but surely growing, but it feels like proper management might be necessary soon. 10-11. Well, I don't like that. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Stop it. Stop it. Yep. Okay. So we just ran into a little bit of this wall up here. So we took that out, took out 2 levels of sell side liquidity. Not enough to really take out the third. That led to a bit of selling. And now here we are. Yeah, but it looks like 23,180 on the NASDAQ is going to be, as of now, some short-term resistance worthwhile to pay attention to, which I wouldn't be so surprised if that also aligns with, yeah, pretty much just above this major resistance right here at 85. So this is still what we're watching. We're seeing how the market reacts to this key level, and it is definitely key level because if you look here, let me zoom in on Hans, and Hans. You can see here, I'll show you some of the gamma influence that might make more sense. Right here, you know, we're kind of watching this transition from out of a negative node into a positive node. You could also see it here. We're coming up to this node right here, 85. This is the SPX 0DTE. These are the yellows calls, blue are puts. So we have a node right there. That's what we're paying attention to. And then also it's a pretty popular, well, between 80 and 90, you can see the volume traded. We're just skyrocketing up. So a lot of active trading between 6280 and 6,300. And then we fall down the mountain. Net call selling, net put selling, I believe. Yeah. Expected move on the day is 0.4%. But we are getting up to this positive gamma. So as we get closer to this, this is exactly why, in my opinion, and I'm not your mom, I'm not a financial advisor. Folks, I don't even know what I'm eating for lunch today. I'm not a person you'd want to be taking financial advice from. But in my opinion, all this positive gamma is going to be a bitch and a half to break through, which is why if you're playing in a very, very short term, I personally wouldn't be greedy past this level. Obviously, this is level 1 where I'd be interested in scaling out, or maybe if you miss this trade, you wait for the pullback, higher low, and then you try to play the follow through. But regardless, by the time we get up here, not only is this a key psychological level, it's a key technical level, it's a major options level, but it's also now a huge amount of gamma influence, which is why I personally believe that this will be, if the bulls follow through, I don't think that they're going to have much, especially because tomorrow's OPEX. I think this will be, if we get up here, I don't think we're going to get much higher. I think this is going to be like kind of the terminus point of the day. If you want to play that way, great. If you want to trend follow, whatever, use your stop to break even, and maybe you can ride it, whatever. Do what you think is appropriate. But there are various things going in on this region right here that I just wouldn't be the most optimistic or greedy to hold it past it. Would not. Someone just said Palantir, new all-time high. Yes, sir, Bobo. Palantir, new all-time high. NVIDIA, new all-time high. Avago, new all-time high. Soxel, not a new all-time high, and it's the bane of my fucking existence. Circle, not a new all-time high, but interesting structure. Tesla, back into the wedge. Netflix, sideways going into the earnings that come out after the market closes today. Bitcoin holding 118, inside bar thus far. Palantir, Meta looking sickly. Apple doing nothing. Microsoft, new all-time high. So Palantir, NVIDIA, Avago, and Microsoft all hit a new all-time high today. ASML still reeling after its earnings. MSTR knocking on the door of a breakout, folks. You might want to put that one on your watch list. Pop consolidation. Maybe we get that follow through soon. Coin going for its all-time high, which we haven't seen since it IPO'd circa April of 2021, but it's getting close. It's putting up the fight for sure. 429.54. Coin is going for it. Like, failed at its IPO, tried to survive, nope, and then years and nothing, and now look at it. Coming back to its fighting form. That's actually really, really impressive. RUM consolidating, DJT consolidating, Qualcomm. No, wait, I'm on the, hang on. Qualcomm potentially breaking down, DJT consolidating, RUM consolidating, maybe trying to pop. Ripple almost at a new all-time high. You're basically watching 340 trading at 324. I'd be careful about a rejection there, a blow off top type of a situation. Solana looking decent. Texas Roadhouse, that should be illegal. If you need to see the impact of dark pools and undecided candles and short ladder attacks, it's whenever Texas Roadhouse goes red. Bonds aren't doing anything. Oil's chill. Gold's chill. Vol tried to pop yesterday, getting another hit today as we are continuing to grind higher. So the exciting thing I would say as of right now is the new all-time highs we're seeing in Palantir, NVIDIA, Avago, and Microsoft. Remember, Microsoft and NVIDIA are the two world's biggest publicly traded companies, obviously have an outsized influence on the SPY and the NASDAQ, and they made new highs. So the two biggest companies in the world just hit new record highs. Actually, with that being said, how close is Microsoft? Top companies by Microsoft should be kind of close to 4 trillion. All right, it's at 3.8 right now. NVIDIA is at 4.2 trillion. Apple's down at 3.1.
Order submitted.
Okay, hang on. Alert the press. So it got me out and then I guess reversed short. Wait, but it's short 3. Fuck. No. No. This was not. supposed to happen? How do you just like it, I didn't want to move it. All right. We're in a bit of a predicament, team. But then this one is proper. That's one. Those ones are proper too. All right. So we have a problem. It's just not as big as a problem as it was yesterday. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Why did it do that? I built it out to behave completely differently. I'm now kind of getting away from the ratios thing on the copier. So that's not the problem anymore. So it got, not only did it get out of that one, but it entered the position. All right. I think I have an idea of how to fix it. But in my back testing, this bug was not apparent. So this is a real-time issue. I did back test it and to make sure that it was seemingly behaving as proper, but for some reason it is not. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is it's short.
Order filled.
All right, cool. We're also going to buy
Order
market.
filled.
All right, so now I just dropped it to 1. So locked in 1,000.
Order filled.
1,000. Oh, okay. Those locked in 2. That's 400. So made 400 on all of those. And then I have one runner here. But what? Okay. Huh. Well, so far we are once again failing successfully. We are once again failing successfully, which is honestly the title of my memoir, Matt Kohrs, the man who failed successfully. Whenever one of these days when the deep state finally comes for me, folks, at my vigil, I just want you guys to just be like, damn, that kid just failed so successfully. He failed with such grace. Like, that's what I want the book to be titled. That's what I want the newspaper to have in the title. That's what I want you guys to talk about. 50% chance he drank too much yesterday and still has programming issues today. I don't know. It's because I'm stupid. Joe, this isn't some like big brain type of thing. It's because I'm dumb. Should I just close this out?
Order filled.
All right. I closed her out. 1,100, 1,100, 1,000. All the rest are 400. Let's see how this behaves. I closed it out manually. I turned them back on. Let's see what happens. Retarded. Let's all calm down. Tensions are getting high. You're fighting with me. I'm fighting with you. They shouldn't be high. We're making money. We're all print attendees right now. No one should be yelling. Everyone just needs to calm down. Everyone needs to fucking calm down. What is... Ooh, that is getting slapped. It's getting slapped. All right, what's happening? I'm scared. Hold me. I'm scared. Told my wife to calm down this morning, send help. I made the misstep the other day of not agreeing with my wife that her hair looks the best it's ever looked, and that was That was a spicy moment for me. That was a spicy moment for me. I need to find you. All right. First of all, Mag 7 profit taking since 1010. S&P 5. Oh, that's what happened. 1015 zero DTE calls got sold like no other. Like no other. They were dumping those calls and actually buying zero DTE puts. Look at that. Do you guys ever wish there were like a service or a person who like knew the levels that we should be paying attention to just in case we got rejected? Like, I wish there were somewhere out there, a person, an entity, an AI system, a being from another universe. I don't really care. I just wish there were someone out there spreading the knowledge of like where the market might turn. Like, it's just, I wish someone said that. I wish. But here we are. We're all just in the dark, assuming the market turns at any point that it wants to turn at. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, guys. It's a tough one, Tonto. Set a stop loss not too far down because you're about to get spit roasted and left to finish yourself. Something tells me. Wait, I'm already out, dude. I'm flat right now. I don't think there's any pending orders. I guess I should cancel them just in case. But no, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and then 400. So I made 1,000 on 3 accounts and then 400 on 25 accounts. I have no live. I could have been riding this one still. I guess I'd be up more money, but I didn't because things went a little bit weird. I'm flat right now on my day trades. I am flat on my day trades, but I would actually prefer if this started to bounce again so I could do my 0 DT premium selling. Circle's looking good. What happened? It wasn't Nvidia. What sector fell there? Energy, no. Financials took a bit of a hit. Utilities, no. Industrials, a little. Healthcare is actually bouncing back. Real estate, but that's not the most influential. Financials. JP Morgan? It popped. Bank of America? Okay. Citi, Wells Fargo, PNC. So the sector as a whole is just taking a bit of a break. I think this is that higher low that we were prophesized. I think this is the higher low. Flat-chested Matt. What? That's the meanest thing anyone's ever said to me. Flat-chested Matt. Jesus. That's aggressive. Circles popping. Flat-chested. I mean, I've even had people say I look like I've been chewed up by a hippo. But flat-chested? Now it's just getting mean for the purpose of being mean. That's not even comedy in that. That's just straight up derogatory. Straight up derogatory. This whole time, oddly enough, I know I seem scatterbrained. I've been attempting to find this one tweet that actually cracked me the fuck up yesterday. And I just want to if I can find it. Oh, would it be TikTok? What? I should have. TikTok investors found it. No. Where's like that comedy, the parody, like VC liquidity? It was like the best humble brag on LinkedIn I've ever seen. Here it is. LinkedIn, like, dude, folks, hang on. The market looks like it's about to pop, so I know some of you are trying to pay attention to this. So I have it queued up. Don't let me forget to show you this. Actually, I'll show it to you now because I think we have a bit of time. I was crying when I read this yesterday. So this is on LinkedIn Flex. This is Next Level Cringe. This is by Jess Ma. Lately, I've been enjoying a much more basic life. Flying economy, just for fun. Ha ha ha, economy. Cooking meals from scratch. Riding the subway in New York City instead of hopping in a cab. It's not about the money. It's about remembering what it feels like to be grounded to in reality. It's about remembering what it feels like to be fucking poor. Over the past few years, I floated a little too far away from it all. When you're constantly surrounded by success, wealth, and fame, it gets weird. Private dinners, exclusive retreats, whisper networks of power players. It's thrilling, but it can detach you from what really matters. Dude, if I had $1 for every time I felt like this, dude, I wouldn't have to trade. She's so true. She's nothing but truth, folks. Nothing but, like, I too fly economy just for fun. I'm just ha 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 ha. Time to take an economy flight today just because I fucking can. Whisper networks of power players. Love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Matt's sister-in-law? Could be. That's an immediate follow. Hell yeah. All right, let's see. Is the dip being bought? A wee bit. A wee bit. All right. I'm waiting for this breakout. I'm waiting for this breakout. And then I'm going to take my account and your account and go 10x full tilt. We got some profit taking, technically a higher low. Let's see if we can follow through. A push and a close above 77, 78 would be great, kind of where this started. And then I want to see if we can follow through and make that fresh high and actually take out 85. And then that sets up later afternoon test of 3,000, somewhere between 3,000 and 3,010.
Order submitted.
Oh, golly. Did it do it right? Fuck. No, it didn't. You dumb motherfucker. Why? Why? But that did it right. That did it right, kind of. Oh, golly.
Order submitted.
It's broken. It's broken. What am I to do with this? Matt's going to rename Skynet to Megan. I'm about to. It's trading too many. I don't want to be trading 3 contracts. I don't want to be trading 1 contract. Every time I trade anything, it makes me want to shit my pants. Which my doctor says is not normal. Doctor says it is not normal. But here we are. It doesn't matter. I win, no matter what. Here we go. We're going to show a little Kung Pao chicken right here. We're going to show it a little Kung Pao chicken right here. With a little side of a knuckle fucking sandwich. Give me that money. Boom. Dude. Easy. This is so easy for me. It's so easy. It's so fucking easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. 600 on all 25 accounts. And then I have a runner of 4.5K. Actually more. But like sometimes when you make so much money, you just get really bad at math because it's like rude to count. Like, you know, you guys like know sometimes like I would actually argue like when you start making as much money as I do as like the world's best trader ever, It's actually rude to be good at math, because like then you're like, oh, this is exactly how much money I have, and that's just rude. Like no one at the dinner table, like you're just like, yeah, I make good money. I would say it's like, as I've like after your first 1, 2, 3 Billy, it's like actually rude to be good at math. It just is. So like I've let my math skills deteriorate, and I like the numbers. It's just, don't check it, don't look at it, don't think about it. It's rude. It's rude. Sometimes you have to be a little humble. I find when someone just says, if you know, you know. I find when people say, if you know, you know, I'm commonly the person who does not know. That's commonly me. Commonly, I am the person not in the know. Dude, is this going to play out exactly how I wanted it to? Is today going to be that A+ setup day? More important than that, am I making money elsewhere? Oh, I am up 300 and I'm up 0.1% on my swing account. Folks, read them and weep. Your boy's up 0.1%. Best to ever do it. I'm the best to ever do it. Name another person who can make that kind of money on a day like today. Like, I just, you guys, you're getting a front row seat to just the most dominant trader of all time. Like, literally name one other trader in this world who could be up 0.1%. No one. No one. Like, it's just, and it's just from hard work, grit, perseverance, carrying logs, lighting the ships on fire, also lighting the island on fire, never giving up, never quitting, never not stopping. It's just, no one can do it the way I do it. 0.1. Those are gains that to the mere mortal would seem too high. A skyscraper that is just impossible to surmount. But a 0.1% return, which side of the Mississippi? All the sides, underneath. The whole underbelly. Oh, you guys are distracting me. I forgot to do my other trades. Come on, guys. You're being, at this point, you're being a bit rude. What is today? What is today? What is today? Come on. Come on. What? All right, we got that trade in. We got that bad mamma jamma. If you're in the Discord, I'm screenshotting this right now. My 0 DTE trade. I'm gonna warn you right now. It's not as exciting as you thought it would be of what I was gonna do today. I just want to properly set expectations that, as my mother always said, I will be letting you down. COD trade of the day. All right. If you're in the Discord, that trade's up. Piper fired. My trade's up. You guys are seeing these trades. Should I set the stop at break even in case this is a double top? Man, I really thought turning the system off. Why the fuck is it doing that? Oh. Why is it getting into 3? Because it knows it's out of 1. So it's It's close. It's almost like the entry is hitting and then a whole nother order to close. So it's making it go net short that extra one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I mean, I do have some room to run with today. I guess I don't have to be that crazy about it. Did that one hit the stop? No, it didn't. That one just... So, okay. If I continue to let this run, it's going to keep messing up and go to 3 contracts unless I fix the code. Unless I fix the code. I think I'm just going to let it go to... I mean, I built up... I have a 1.4K buffer on all these. So, like, whatever. I can give back 1,000 of these, and 1,000 of each one, and I'd still be stoked. The question is do I want to turn off the bot over here? 600's a pretty good start for day one. A pretty good start for day one. Oh, that took a bit of a hit. That took a bit of a hit. Here's a look at the flow. Mag 7 did take a hit, bounced right back up to the Delta high. S&P 500, I fear, is a little bit worse. Yeah, hasn't quite recovered. In the short term, it looks like it wants to pop right now, but has not recovered from the starting of the sell-off at 10:15. So obviously, if you're on spot gaming, that's a major thing you'd want to pay attention to. With respect to the NASDAQ, it did pop, gave a little bit back. Tesla's doing nothing special. Nvidia pop, sideways holding. Palantir pop, sideways holding. Microsoft pop and continuing to pop. Apple kind of down slightly. Netflix flat as we go into the earnings tonight. MicroStrategy long and strong. Meta down. Avago continuing to pop. AMD kind of down, actually. I'm a little surprised on AMD. So that's just some of the quick ones to check in on. Some of the quick ones. Remember, show a little bit of love to Apex. If you're interested in doing sim to funded, I have a bunch of videos explaining what it is, strategies, the rules, how to pass the test. It's all in the description of the video. It's on the other channel. And then if you want to buy a test right now, 50K account with the code Goonie, it'll only be about $35. So use that code Goonie, Goonie, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. And also, if you are using a different sim to funded, there's a good chance that I have that exact same code with them. My point in bringing this up is basically I don't think any of you should ever be paying like the full freight cost. Generally, there's always pretty good discounts. So you might as well attempt to use that code, or at least some code. Never pay full price is the moral of the story. Never pay full price. Microsoft did get an alert. Is Microsoft still going? It is. Another new all-time high. Netflix is finally picking up. BITX, okay. Bitcoin might be going to 119. Okay, I really need Soxel above 30. Nvidia, Avago, Palantir took a bit of a hit. Meta's not. Meta and Apple are looking weak. Microsoft is looking phenomenal. Netflix is picking up. Bitcoin is starting to do something as well. Soxel, Nvidia, Avago's looking good. Shout out to Connor. Shout out to the hot CPA Connor. Crushing it on Avago. Crushing it, crushing it, crushing it. Mag 7 is holding decently. SPY is flat. At least it stopped selling. We're getting a bit of a bid right now. Might be another higher low. So we have our first higher low. But then we put in a lower high and another higher low. So by definition, this is consolidation. Lower highs, higher lows. That makes a wedge. So you could do that down sloping trend line if you want, or you could just pay attention to it. But basically, we went from a bull phase to a consolidation phase based on the 1 minute chart. Those types of descriptors are very specific to the time frame you're on. So what I'm seeing here is going to be very different on the 5 minute versus the 30 minute versus the 4 hour versus the daily. But with respect to the 1 minute chart, we had a bullish trend, higher highs, higher lows. We didn't necessarily break down because this is still technically a higher low, but now we see lower highs with higher lows. So when you put those two together, that is just consolidation. So basically you're waiting for the trend line breakout, ideally to the upside, because that's what the overall trend. If it breaks to the downside, you could play it, but I find it to be more of a difficult play to really be hoping on. So if anything, if I had no position, I would be waiting for that trend line breakout. Why is rum up today? It's because relative to yesterday, people who are buying and selling are agreeing to buy and sell at a higher price than they were yesterday. So, like, for example, let's say you have a stock XYZ and yesterday is trading at 100. Well, in some circumstances, the very following trade or the very following day, people might choose to continue to trade, but now buyers and sellers might be agreeing on 101 versus 100. And then thus it would be trading higher than it was the previous day. So that's a theoretical example, but you could probably directly apply that to rum right now. Most likely directly. Annalise, shout out Seth. Bookmap or spot gamma, two very different things. So I use Bookmap for my short-term scalp trading, day trading. I want to see where the sitting sell orders are, the sitting buy orders, all that good stuff. This is option. It's telling you two completely different things. Bookmap is for an options analysis. Spot gamma is for an options analysis. Bookmap is for a DOM, a depth of market analysis. Two completely different things. So they're not, it's not like an or thing. I use them together. How's Oklo doing? Fuck, dude. I missed this one, but there's quite a few people in the Discord destroying Oklo right now. Also, I think SRM was recently brought up. Damn, fucking destroying that one too. Was it SRM? This doesn't seem familiar, but if it is SRM, I don't even know what the fuck this company is, but it doesn't stop. How's our friend at Proc doing? Oh, a red day. No. Workhorse is... What? It's going down? No. No. Who would have ever seen that coming? No. Who would have ever seen that happening? All right, what's this Big Bear AI you guys are talking about? I hate the chart. Like, that's a horrible investment setup, but the short term, that's an interesting trade for sure. Pops, pulls back, high or low, looking for that follow through. I totally get the active trade on it. Mag 7's holding, SPY is flat, SPX waiting for that trend line breakout, and then your confirmation is a break above 79, and I'm still waiting for that secondary test of 85 and then the follow through to 3,000. But I do expect on that test another pullback just because of how important that level is. NQ is getting, I think, a breakout or maybe a breakdown. Oh, it looks like it's getting a breakout. Oh, I'm still in this play. Dude. Bot shading has changed my life. Before I was a bot trader, I was the shell of a man. I was nothing but a shell. And like those weird Easter time bunny rabbit chocolate treats we all get, sometimes you crack open the shell and there's nothing in it. And metaphorically, that was me as a trader. As a trader, if you guys cracked me open, you'd say there's a lot of nothing in this. You'd be disgusted. You'd say nothing. Ew, get that out of here. But ever since bot trading, I feel like I've upgraded to more of a Gertrude Hawk type of chocolate with an interesting truffle within. You know, to keep it going with this candy-based theming. Dude, guys, I think I'm making too much money today. I think I'm making too much money. I think this is the max I can make.
Order submitted.
I can't let it go above that because of the consistency rules. I cannot let it go above that. I don't know if it's going to hit it. That's quite the reach, folks. That's quite the reach. Avago, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Palantir. Palantir is now catching a bid. Avago, Nvidia, Soxel, Circle, Tesla, Netflix looks like it's gearing up as well. Reminder that Netflix is reporting after earnings. I would love for Bitcoin to get back to 120 and then pop to 125. Small caps, actually, also, dude, bulls are so obviously in control today. If you're not making money in the bullish direction today, like, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, honestly, like, there's not many easier setup days. Well, I wouldn't say this is the easiest setup day, but it's up there. It's like a step below the easiest setup days. If you're not making money today in the bullish direction, like, you might just want to reevaluate. Are you letting emotions drive it rather than just like basic trend following? Camera in the bathroom. Pickle me timbers. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Unless you're in Alabama, then it's above board. All right. Well, while we're waiting to see if we can actually hit, we got this, like, literally, I'm calling, folks, I'm paying for you to be in here. And don't give me that shit, Matt, your show's free. Shut up. Shut your mouth. I'm paying for this show's cost. All of these call outs today definitely paid for your admission ticket to this show. Anyway, while we're waiting to see, I want to see if we can actually take out 85 in the morning session. While we're waiting to see if that does or does not play out. Hang on. Soxel's looking pretty good. So that means Avago's really going. Nvidia might be going. Palantir even got that pop. Avago's. Okay. Questions. Do you guys have questions on the Goonie Discord? Do you have questions on sim to funded trading? Do you have questions on Apex? Do you have questions on Bookmap? Do you have questions on Spot Gamma? Do you have questions on option Greeks? Do you have questions on futures? Do you have questions on how to get into the Discord? Do you have questions on locals? Do you have questions about my hot Spanish substitute sophomore year? I don't know. I should clarify, she wasn't Spanish. She was the substitute for Spanish class. What's charm? Charm is the second order derivative of time. So it's second order. It's the rate of change of a different rate of change. So for example, gamma is the second order derivative of delta. Charm is that in a time sense. So it's the rate of change of the rate of change. Like you have, yeah, that's it from a mathematical sense. It's the second order derivative. Can you look at gamma? Of course. This is your gamma map, courtesy of Spot Gamma. So you have positive gamma, you have negative gamma. They're not bullish or bearish. They are slippery price action and sticky price action. Today's market, hey, gifted 5 subs to Matt Kohrs Bardavello. That's very nice. Thank you. You can see today is really dominated by quite a bit of positive gamma, which is why I'm not expecting like the biggest range breakouts. Can it happen? Yes. But when you see this much positive gamma above and below, it's statistically less likely to get some amazing rip follow through. A lot of positive gamma up here, a lot of positive gamma below. Like it's just, we're bouncing around in this negative gamma zone effectively. So positive gamma, think of it as quicksand, and then negative gamma, think of it as price on ice. Slippery price action, sticky price action is the net effect of when you see all this positive gamma. And just so you know, positive gamma is created from selling premium to create a position, selling calls, selling puts. Negative gamma is created from buying calls, buying puts. And then this is, once again, from a market maker perspective. If you were the market maker engaging in the trades, you would view this as positive gamma and you'd view this as negative gamma. Theoretically, well, technically, that would be like flipped if you're viewing it from the trader's perspective. But for whatever reason, all these platforms, all these option analytic platforms, they tend to look at the market from the market maker's viewpoint. So the market maker is viewing this as positive gamma and viewing this as negative gamma. July is a bullish month. Prediction when starts selling in August. In week of August. I can actually tell you that specifically. First week of August. August is more of a choppy month. August is not bearish. I don't know why people, I saw this recently on Twitter that they think August is bearish. It's not. It's kind of a nothing. So see right here, bullish week, bullish week, bullish week, bullish week. These are all the weeks of July. Then we get into August. It's bearish, then bullish, then kind of nothing, then bullish. And then it's September that we actually get into selling. And what's odd is a lot of people think October is bad. October isn't. October is actually a bullish month. Some really bad things have happened in October, but the net situation is actually the bulls win. But I mean, it is a bearish week 2 weeks from now. So we're here. So literally to kick off the week of August, historically, as in the past 5 years, the Bears have won that. But then it's followed right away by a super bullish one. It's more of August is kind of like choppy. I wouldn't say it's dominated by the Bulls or the Bears. Some years it's good, some years it isn't. Rumble chat is just a bunch of degenerate socialists, dude. I've been saying that for months. I have a question about Megan. Shoot. If it has to do with Megan's list, doesn't exist. It was a hoax. Does not exist. Where is your runner? There. I'm long at 54. It's at 86. I'm up another 600. I'm up 2. I could close out now. 6K plus 18K. I could be out for 24K right now. I could be out for 24K. But I don't know. I'm kind of letting the bot just run this. Actually, I'm going to turn this one off. I'm done. All right, these smaller accounts, the 50K accounts, that's what I mean when I say smaller, I have those off. Those, well, I'm done for the day over there. Please tell me if Megan is a blonde. Megan's not a real person, and I made it up. Wink, wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Megan is a brunette name. Maybe. I find Megan is usually a redhead. You guys are all over. Brunettes are Megans. I looked at your 20-year chart, so better hold in August and sell before September. Daniel, do what you want, and whatever you do, I hope you make a bunch of money doing it. Please forgive me for being on the wrong platform. American Legion, why you don't identify as a socialist? I fucking hate that you picked Megan. That's my ex-fiance. She's not going to be above ground for much longer. That's a joke, YouTube. And I'm not talking about YouTube chat. I'm talking about YouTube, the executives that are going to be like, what the fuck did he just say? It's a joke. Sarcasm. Comedy. I'm not saying it's good comedy. I'm just saying it's comedy. Everything is bullish. All momentum is bullish. Options flow is, well, the SPY could be slightly better. I'm looking for that test of 85. All right, Tesla. Show us what you're made of. Circle, Soxel, Nvidia, Palantir, Avago, another new all-time high. Dude, if I don't have Avago in my retirement account, I'm going to punch a baby. That one's not a joke, YouTube. That's a serious threat. No, but seriously, if Avago's not in my long-term account, I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm gonna ugly cry too. What do I have? ASML, MSFT, NVDA, PLTR, RUM, AAPL, AMZN, ASML, Avago. There we go. I do have it. Not much of it though. All right. Here's a fun game. Based on percent, can anyone guess the largest gainer in my retirement account? Anyone, can you guess the largest return based on percent, not magnitude? Actually, we'll do both. Either counts. You could either guess the magnitude or you could guess the percent. I know which ones are both. All right. I just read them off, or I gave out. What is it? No, since purchase, not year to date. Since purchase. Like, just, I've been in it, and I've been in some of these for years now. Oh, shit. Yeah, Boston Symphony. You're right percentage-wise. Boston Symphony is right. Microsoft percentage-wise, I'm up about 170% on my Microsoft investment. I got into it years ago. All right, but can someone get the biggest magnitude return? Ah, fuck. Fuzzy's right. It is IBIT. Is it because you and I got in at the same time? Yeah. So the biggest magnitude return in my long-term account right now is IBIT. I'm up a lot. A lot. And that's just Bitcoin, basically. And then percentage-wise, I've just been cooking in Microsoft for a minute. Texas Roadhouse, not anymore. Texas Roadhouse, I'm up 75% on Texas Roadhouse. I'm up 50% on NVIDIA. I'm up 42% on Meta. I'm up 63% on Avago. I'm up 5% on Amazon. I am up another 45% on NVIDIA, 85% on Palantir. Damn. Yeah, those were crushing. Down on FRCB, First Republic Bank. It'll come back one of these days. It says I'm down 99.99%, but I have faith it will come back. I have faith it will come back. How's your position going? I think well. Yeah, I'm up a lot of money. I crushed it today. Not bad for being the world's worst streaming trader. Not bad for being the world's worst trader. Oh, that's the max I could go for just because I don't want to exceed 3K because of their consistency rules. But I also turned off the other bot. This one's not firing anymore. It's done for the day. Put a fork in it. It's done. Trading equals faith. Yes. God herself runs the market. You guys should know that by now. God herself. Dude, we're just waiting for 85 at this point. All right, folks. I have to make like a baby and head out. My editor expected a video from me yesterday, and I completely forgot about it because I'm a piece of shit. So I need to film that video so he can start working on it because it was inappropriate of me to not complete my to-do list. If you're signing up for Apex today, use that code Goonie. It would be really awesome, and I would really appreciate it. And so would my editor, so I can keep on paying him. I appreciate all the good vibes. I think you guys are making a lot of money. I hope you make even more money. I will be posting the results of my trades today because obviously I didn't conclude them on the stream, but you guys see what I'm doing. I just have that last runner and I'll set a break even or some shit like that. If you want to join the Goonie Discord, the link is in the description. And other than that, but the big thing tomorrow is going to be that it's OPEX day. It's the monthly OPEX tomorrow, so please pay attention to that. Netflix reports after the market closes today. So if you're in that position, please pay attention. Netflix tonight, OPEX tomorrow, consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. also tomorrow. Those are probably the major things you need to know between now and tomorrow morning-ish. We'll be posting an update video at some point today, so make sure your notifications are on both Rumble and on YouTube. I've noticed that a lot of you don't have your notifications on, and then I'm also noticing a lot of people are saying, hey man, I don't know when you're live. I don't know when you're posting stuff. Go to that little bell icon that you're seeing under the video, click on it and go to all. It's probably on personalized or something like that. Click on the bell icon and switch it to all, and you should get notified for both the update videos and then also the live stream. So hopefully that helps someone out there. That's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. I will catch you in a little bit. Peace.